We've got our products, we know where we want to sell them. Now let's talk about how to price them. This can be a tricky thing. It can be kind of an awkward thing, actually. I don't know, I always feel weird asking for money, but how else are you going to put bread on the table, right? So here's the rule of thumb when it comes to pricing. You take cost of products, the cost of the time to make it, and you multiply that times 2, and that is your wholesale price. Then you multiply that times 2 again, and that is your retail price. What is wholesale and retail? Wholesale is the price that you would give to the boutiques because they're going to mark it up and get their own retail value out of that. It's also the price maybe you want to give to friends or people with large orders. And then the retail price is the price you might want to include on your Etsy account or at the fair. The retail price is the price that it would go for everyone in the general public. And then maybe you're like, well, I don't know how much time I'm worth, or I know I put 5 hours into it, but 5 hours equals what? Maybe start with the minimum wage, which is, it depends on what state you're in, but you know, it's anywhere between $8 and $10, and go up from there depending on maybe your skill level, maybe you're worth $20 an hour, maybe you're worth $50 an hour. It really just depends. Knowing this might even help explain to you why some products are as expensive as they are, because you know that you're getting something very high quality from someone who's very well educated in making it. And that is why sometimes really simple bracelets are $200. And you're like, really? That's a bit much, but you know it's going to be a quality product. And now you yourself won't even mind pricing something that high because you know that you're a good crafter and that you deserve that much money. It also depends on your audience and how much you know they'd be willing to pay. If there's a bunch of things online that are $5, $5, $5, and then yours is $15, they're not going to buy it. They're going to buy the $5 one. So always keep your competition in mind and work your prices around that. Maybe you want it to be just 5 cents less than your competition so that people will go to yours. Another thing to keep in mind is always add that special element to your product. I mentioned this earlier, but having that extra little something that makes yours stand out, that makes yours even better than the competition. When it comes to pricing, other things to keep in mind are international prices, the cost of shipping, the boutique, how much they're going to mark up. Always keep in mind, nothing in life is free, and be aware of the surrounding situation and how much more or less you should charge accordingly. Also, if you're going to be selling things, I must warn you, there are laws and legalities that you have to be aware of, such as, I bet you didn't know that in some states, baby sleepwear has to be fire resistant. Fun fact. Things like that just are very good to be mindful about. So if you're about to make a line of baby products, just, keep those legalities in mind. Go online, look it up, double check everything, because we don't want anyone getting hurt by what we are making. That would result in lawsuits or just a guilty conscience, and we want to avoid that at all costs. It's not just babies. We just want to keep everyone safe, every home safe, every pet safe. Safety is key. So that sums up our retail portion of this mini tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the links provided. I would also love to hear about anything that you are selling. So please, please, please let me know via Twitter or Instagram. My tag is at ITSA-Lisa, ITSA_Lisa. And I would love to know about what you are making and how that business is doing. Maybe we can even help each other out. In our next video, I'm going to show you guys how to quilt. See you there. We're going to make a very simple block quilt. And what I like about this particular project is it's kind of sticking with our upcycling theme. This quilt is made from all of my scraps of fabric, because a lot of times when you sew, your scraps you just get so many, and then they just build up. They sit in a corner, because I always feel guilty throwing away scraps. So this is a great use for them.